Tonight, I break down what other cities rely on Corpus Christi water to see if you will be affected by the restrictions. And in downtown, we speak with restaurant owners who would have to cut back on certain menu items to adjust to our ongoing drought conditions. Plus, did that rain make an impact in our watershed? We take a look at the water levels at Choke Canyon and check in with Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber. KRIS 6 News at 5 starts right now.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. There is a lot to talk about, but cutting back on water, and if you live in Corpus Christi, it affects you because you are a direct customer, but it also affects other towns in the Coastal Bend. Let me break it down for you. Corpus Christi Water serves 500,000 people in the Coastal Bend and distributes to 19 communities in 7 counties. Take a look here. San Pat, it serves Aransas Pass, Gregory, Ingleside by the Bay, Odom, Portland, Rockport, and also Taft. It also serves South Texas Water Authority, which includes Agua Dulce, Bishop, Driscoll, Kingsville, Banquete, and Ricardo. Now there's other smaller cities like Alice, Beeville, Mathis, and also Nueces County. Now this does not include every customer. For a more detailed flow chart, head over to our website, kristv.com. Now, water restrictions aren't just going to affect you, they're going to impact your favorite restaurants too. Our Drew Bishop visited Street Corner Kitchen downtown to find out how they're preparing for a level 1 water emergency. Sara Flores, who co-owns the popular spot with her sister, says they use water in everything, food, drinks, and sauces, but it also is a key tool in keeping food warm, cleaning produce, and, of course, washing dishes. Drew asked Flores what her message is for city leaders as she tries to prepare for 25% curtailment.
It seems like everything is kind of just, well, we're going to have this one day and then the next week there's another plan and there's another plan. Let's figure something out, because as a business and the residents, we deserve to know what's going on.
Flores adds that they may have to make changes to their menu, like eliminated agua fresca. They also could strictly wash dishes at night, but that would eliminate the morning dishwasher position and lead to longer wait times at the restaurant. Well, the recent rain is bringing some relief to Choke Canyon Reservoir, but is it enough to make a real dent in our drought? Neighborhood News reporter Melissa Trevino met with Park Superintendent to learn if recent rainfall helped. Park Superintendent Jose Uribe says the recent stretch of rain was much needed after years of dry conditions. He says the park received between 2 and 2.5 inches of rain over the last few days.
Once you have the base of that ground being wet and saturated, when new rains comes in, the water now will sit on top of that, and so it'll stay there a little longer.
Well, he says there is some hope as weather patterns like El Nino could bring more rain our way. Uribe says, well, it will take consistent rainfall over the time to see any significant recovery. Right now, even a little rain is a welcome sign. While we've been in a drought for a while here in the Coastal Bend, the entire country is actually facing record drought conditions. Almost 63% of the country is in a drought, making this the largest spring drought on record. The southeast, west, and plains regions of the country have been the driest. Now, it's dry nationally, but what about here in the Coastal Bend? Well, for that, we are now joined by Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber to tell us about our drought conditions.
We have improvements like we were expecting. The rainfall that we had Sunday, Monday, especially a huge help. So let's take a look at the comparison week over week in our drought monitor. Last week's had some improvements for us too. If you'll notice, there's no color at the very tippy top of the watershed. We got rid of the drought way up there, but there's a lot of red on this map still, and even the darker shades of red are troublesome. We want to clear no color on this map. That would be ideal because then there would be no drought. So here is the update we have this week. Take a look. There we go. It didn't want to pop up for us. Let's see if it will. All right. The change is not popping up. It might take a minute, but at least there we go. That northern third of the watershed is doing a lot better because yellow is just abnormally dry conditions. This isn't drought. That thin line of moderate drought, I would say this is a huge improvement overall. Unfortunately, that was mostly severe weather that helped out the northern part of the watershed. But even for us here locally, we've got moderate drought conditions for our southern neighborhoods. That is a huge improvement, what we haven't seen in quite some time. So here's a look at some of the impacts at our local reservoirs. We've seen about holding steady at Choke Canyon, and with our combined capacity, Lake Texan and Lake Corpus Christi on the up and up. I'll tell you when we might see some more rain and what we'll see in the meantime coming up.
Stephanie, thank you. Well, you can find more answers to your questions about the water shortage on our website. Just scan the QR code on your screen right now. It will take you straight to our Running Dry section. A watchdog volunteer at Mireles Elementary has been arrested on child pornography charges. 32-year-old Benjamin Milfelt was arrested by police at his home Wednesday morning. Now, during a search of his pickup, police found 2 cell phones. According to an arrest report, one cell phone contained images and videos of boys and girls between the ages 10 to 14 naked and performing sexual acts. Now, CCISD released a statement stating that Milfelt has not been on campus since the school was notified of the allegations. Milfelt has bonded out of the Nueces County Jail. And the city is withdrawing its job offer for the new director of Animal Care Services. Officials say they found inconsistencies in Dr. Antonio Caldwell's qualifications. The discovery happened during the pre-employment verification process. The city just announced his hiring on Monday. The city plans to work with its executive recruiter to continue the search for a new director of Animal Care Services, both locally and nationally. In national news, Senate Republicans are moving forward with their plan to fund the Department of Homeland Security through reconciliation. Now, after an overnight vote, the Senate adopt a GOP budget blueprint in a 50-48 vote. Next, the House must pass the same measure. Republicans plan to use budget reconciliation to move an ICE and Customs and Border Patrol funding package without Democratic votes. Democrats say they won't support enforcement funding without major changes to ICE tactics. And House Republicans previously rejected a bipartisan DHS funding deal that didn't include immigration enforcement money. The federal government is making a major change to how marijuana is classified, putting it in the same category as Tylenol with codeine. The Justice Department signed an order today reclassifying the drug. Scripps News Group legal affairs correspondent Ava Joy Burnett reports on the impact that could have on what we know about marijuana, plus how it could reshape the cannabis industry.
A major shift for marijuana. On Thursday, the Trump administration moving to reclassify the drug. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche signing an order that makes state-licensed medical marijuana and FDA-approved marijuana a Schedule III drug. The Drug Enforcement Administration formally listed marijuana as a Schedule I drug, meaning it has no accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. As a Schedule III drug, it's considered less addictive and less likely to be abused. The move comes after President Trump signed an executive order in December aimed at easing restrictions on marijuana.
It's going to have a tremendously positive impact, I believe.
The change is set to make it easier for researchers to study the use and safety of the drug. The reclassification, long anticipated by the cannabis industry, which hopes it will help them see more green by eliminating certain tax barriers. Ryan Hunter, the chief revenue officer for a cannabis company in Colorado, spoke with Scripps News Group Denver last year about the possible change.
It's very encouraging. It takes a big shadow away from us and allows us to operate our businesses much more effectively.
The order would not legalize the drug at the federal level, and the president has not endorsed its recreational use. Some are worried about the message the reclassification sends.
It just seems dangerously premature, and it would also send a signal of normalization, showing that this is acceptable for medical use.
Ava Joy Burnett, Scripps News Group, Washington.
Now, a video was released today by the Department of War showing the United States seizing what they say is a sanctioned stateless tanker carrying Iranian oil in the Indian Ocean. The military has been confronting Iranian ships in international waters since the war began. Now, the military also reportedly boarded another tanker in the Indian Ocean today. Well, President Donald Trump has made a statement on the conflict, stating that the U.S. will attack any Iranian boats placing mines in the Strait of Hormuz. The president also said that minesweepers are working to clear the strait. Gas prices remained fairly steady as we get closer to the weekend. According to Gas Buddy, the average price for a gallon of gas in Corpus Christi is at $3.45. The statewide average is $3.56, and the national average for a gallon of gas has ticked upward to $4.03. Mortgage rates are falling nationwide. That's according to Freddie Mac, who says the average 30-year fixed-rate mortgage fell down to 6.23% this week. This now marks the third straight week of rates falling as the spring home buying season comes into full bloom. A new study claims that 1 in 5 Americans are drinking contaminated tap water. I'll share the details when we come back.
You're watching KRIS 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back. Nearly 150,000 portable power generators have been recalled. These come from the brand Generac, which say that fuel can leak from the carburetor when the generator is filled, causing a fire risk. The recall covers units with orange and black covers sold between 2025 and February of this year. If your unit is included in the recall, Generac will repair it free of charge. New tonight, a report by the Environmental Working Group says that 1 in 5 people are being exposed to contaminated tap water. This is due to harmful levels of nitrates, which are naturally occurring compounds that can become dangerous when fertilizer runoff contaminates the water supply. From a sample of 50,000 public water systems, they found that 6,000 exceed the nitrate levels associated with health defects such as cancers and birth complications.
I'm Jacob Daniels, and one of the biggest plant sellers in Corpus Christi is doing its part to help in this historic drought. I'll tell you how.
Buck Days continues the tradition of changing lives through education and scholarships with the Port of Corpus Christi Leadership Program, sponsored on KRIS 6 by Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi.
All right, beautiful view out here in Sunset Island. A little cloudier when we give you the view over downtown Corpus Christi, but the clouds have been intermittent today. We're going to see a similar situation tomorrow. Is that going to keep us from feeling warm? Not at all. So if you think it's team windows up with the AC cranking today, just wait till I show you what's going on this weekend. Let's take it to the almanac for today. You might be surprised. We made it to 85 degrees easily, even with an abundance of clouds here over Corpus Christi during the afternoon, the hottest part of the day. We woke up a bit warm too. 66 is what we normally wake up to. How about 70 for the start of our Thursday here across the coastal bend, specifically CCIA. So 85 isn't far off from normal. This is just the beginning of our warming trend. Really, I'd say that started yesterday when we were at 86. The clouds did bring us down a degree, but we're going to be talking about the 90s as we head into this weekend. And of course, it comes with lots of humidity. So while we're not going to make a whole lot of progress with our rainfall situation for the next couple of days, I do have some rainfall a bit beyond our 7-day forecast. We're just going to take a break to sample summer first. Some very, very warm weather expected to be here across all of our neighborhoods, and we're kind of feeling that already. It's 83 at the airport, but it feels like 86 so far for the inland neighborhoods, 93 feeling true to form because today's winds are south-southeast. So it's kind of that direct in-between south and onshore flow. But for the inland neighborhoods, that means your wind is coming over dry land. For the coastal neighborhoods, it's coming over that fetch of the water, making things more humid. Either way, it's feeling hot all across the coastal bend, and it's only going to get hotter. So here's what you can expect for the rest of your Thursday evening. Those clouds will move back in, and that's going to keep us from cooling off too much during the overnight. Southeast winds will still be breezy as we move toward the midnight hour and beyond. We don't really see much of a break in that as we head into the evening time frame, but we are going to see those winds veer a little more from the south-southeast again, and temperatures stay pretty mild during the overnight. A cloudy start to our morning on Friday. So speaking of which, here we go. Looking at how that humidity is going to trend tomorrow. Another day where the south-southeast wind direction is very crucial. Will be slightly drier for the inland neighborhoods, which will make your actual air temperature go up, and more humid over the more coastal neighborhoods, which means you're going to feel as hot, but it's really because of the humidity. So all that to say, you need to start thinking about hydration, getting your extra bottle of water in, and don't forget the sunscreen, that SPF 30 or better. Even on cloudy days, UVB rays, they can go right through those clouds. And as we start to have this warm up to summer, those are two key things to start thinking about. But let's focus on the humidity because that is on the rise each of the next couple of days here. We're going to be in that oppressive humidity category that we haven't seen for a long time. So yes, we are hardy South Texans. We know the heat very well. We do it every summer. We're experts. However, it's been a while and your body is going to need time to adjust, just like when we start getting cooler. Those cold fronts bite a little harder when they happen in the fall, don't they? This is a spring warm up, so we're going to have to get used to that summer Texas heat that we are so accustomed to. That means heat risk becomes top of mind in our forecast heading into next week, more so than this weekend. But as we move on into Friday, look at the increase. Some of our inland neighborhoods, Duval County, parts of Jim Wells County, and Jim Hogg County, are going to start to see that 2 out of 4 moderate heat risk. As we go on into Saturday, when many of you may be joining us for Buck Days outdoors, it is going to be a situation where moderate heat risk expands across most of the coastal bend there in that orange color. So let's keep that in mind. We're likely going to see the return of rainfall as we start the first week of May. We just don't have it in the 7-day forecast.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jacob Daniels, and it's the time of year where you might want to plant a garden, but with drought restrictions, that can be tough. I'll tell you about one local plant sale that's making gardenscaping easier and drought tolerant. The South Texas Botanical Gardens is getting ready for its annual sale Saturday. And if you look around, you might not think a drought is happening at all. These walkways are lined with color, native plants, pollinators, all thriving on minimal water. And with this sale, your walkways could look like this.
So instead of bringing in a lot of plants that come from a wide range of areas, we're trying to focus this year, make it an educational event to show people plants that you can put in your yard that take minimal water once they're established.
But this change didn't come without a cost. The Botanical Gardens skipped its sale last year trying to navigate the new water restrictions.
Our Big Bloom Plant Sale is a significant financial boost. We usually make about $45,000 to $50,000 on that event each year. So last year we didn't have that. Part of that is through plant sales, part of it is through increased membership sales and sponsors. So not having that last year did put a financial pinch on us.
And for part of this sale, the Botanical Gardens are also selling orchids, and you can find the ones for sale already marked with these red tags. I was able to take a look at some of these plants, and that's where I met Karen Decker Creighton, who has been searching for xeriscape plants and kept coming up empty.
We were going to generic stores like the local lumber yards, and they really didn't have a display area for xeriscape, and I think that's a great idea here.
Not everyone here is a longtime Corpus Christi resident, but even the newcomers are taking notice and hope this sale helps with water usage.
Any way that we can reduce the use of water, since there's a shortage, it will help.
And with these low maintenance plants that were just unloaded, you might not think we're in a drought at all. The Xeriscape sale runs all day Saturday with sales, butterfly releases, and a Texas-sized barbecue planned. On the south side, Jacob Daniels, Chris 6 News.
Jacob, thank you. The NFL draft kicks off tonight. We'll share some details on this year's festivities when we return.
Buck Days continues the tradition of changing lives through education and scholarships with the Port of Corpus Christi Leadership Program, sponsored on Chris 6 by Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi. Coverage of Buck Days on Chris 6 News is sponsored by Mazda of Corpus Christi.
Welcome back. Buck Days is almost here. Preparations are underway for the Buck Days Carnival. The carnival kicks off on April 30th and is a colorful event that offers fun for the whole family. Buck Days goes until May 10th. And just a reminder, Chris 6 News will air the Buck Days Stadium Show and the Rally Night Parade right here on Chris 6 and ChrisTV.com. I'll be hosting the event with Stephanie Lauber. The fun starts at 7 o'clock. The Birdiest Festival is in town this week. The festival is held at the South Texas Botanical Gardens on South Staple Street and features hundreds of bird species. There are also a number of trips to popular bird watching sites through the area. The festival goes through Saturday. And the NFL draft starts tonight. This year, the event that draws in hundreds of thousands of football fans will take place on the shores of the Allegheny River in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now, both NFL franchises in the Lone Star State have picks tonight, with the Cowboys picking 12 and 20 and the Texans picking 28. Now, Texas does have a few names that may be called tonight, such as Texas Tech's David Bailey, Lee Hunter, or Jacob Rodriguez, or Texas A&M KC Concepcion and Cassius Howell. Well, Spotify is celebrating their 20th anniversary by sharing what artists and songs have been streamed the most in their platform's history. Well, Taylor Swift comes in as the #1 artist, followed by Bad Bunny, who had the most listened album. The most streamed song was Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, and Joe Rogan Experience came in as the top podcast. All right. Did I say that right? Allegheny?
Allegheny.
Allegheny.
Alamode, Allegheny. That's how I remember it.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Well, you know what? We don't have any more Pennsylvanians in our newsroom, but it's really cool to see that somebody from TAMU Kingsville might be going to get picked in the NFL tonight. It'll be exciting to see.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Something else that's really cool, summer's around the corner, but we're going to get a preview of it this weekend. We are talking about heat risk, but it all comes with the wind direction. That really affects how you feel the humidity in your neighborhood specifically. So as winds stay breezy over the next couple of hours, they'll eventually dial back a little bit during the overnight, but still a breezy start to the morning. And then over the next 7 days, we're talking about the return of the 90s. So be ready for some hot weather and muggy weather here across Coastal Bend.
All right, so we will see you, everybody, on Saturday. Hopefully not too hot, but we'll bring our water. Yeah. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you at 6.
Bye.